Welcome to my Top 5 Runners Buds June 2020 Championship Series. Did you ever want to do something you were so excited about that you couldn't wait to get it done? And I'm not really sure how this is going to turn out, but I'm really excited about it. I'm trying something new on my relatively young channel, a championship bracket and single elimination tournament of top runners buds. What I've done is I've rated over 20 buds on my channel, well over 20 buds, and for this runners tournament, what I'm doing is I'm including every bud that I rated at an 8 or higher for occlusion, meaning I said they were pretty good for running to begin with. There are 8 buds, including the TruEngine Rimmer, which I've yet to actually produce a review for. And once I get through these 8 buds, the winner of this will face off against the Powerbeats Pro, who is the reigning champion of my current runners buds. So the contestants here range from $30 to $250, and some of these are actually members of my current top 5 base buds list as well. So could we have one or more buds on both my lists? Let's find out together. And listen, these videos are going to come pretty fast because I'm streamlining the content to make them quick, informative, and hopefully really fun. So if you've seen the beginning of one, you probably could skip the beginning of the others and go right to the meat of it. Definitely stick to the end though, because I'm going to give you a link to my overall playlist so you can see all my top runners buds, and I'll also give you a sneak peek at some of my upcoming reviews. So thanks for watching, and let's look at the contenders and get started.
Well, the Galaxy Buds Plus, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to know that you're paying extra for something at $150 for these buds. Well, the Galaxy Buds Plus, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to know that you're paying extra for something at $150 for these buds. But I can tell you that, the design is good. There's a slight wing tip. They fit. They're small buds. The sound is more on the accuracy side than on the bass. The ambient mode is subtle. I mean, you can turn it up to superhuman level. I can't do that while I run. The ambient noise mode works a little bit better than on the True Wings, which isn't part of this direct comparison against the TruEngine SE. But, for $100 extra, with the Galaxy Buds, you're getting that ambient mode. You get very little occlusion while running. I'd say it's like really good to run with these buds for that price point. The case is small. The case is wireless. Like, you get a lot. And we all know that this is the #1 microphone that I've tested on my channel in my mic series. As far as controls go, the Galaxy Buds controls work excellent. Even the weird, volume up, volume down by tapping the top of my ears that I have set up in the labs works effectively. When you just run with the ambient mode, pass-through mode on in the Galaxy Buds Plus, if there's no wind, you don't pick up any extra wind noise. If there's a slight breeze, then you'll get an amplification of that sound through the ambient pass-through mode, which is what I said in my first time reviewing these. But when I first reviewed them, it was like March and April. I was running outside. It was really windy, and that's a tough test for that kind of ambient mode, trying to pick up those sounds. That was a really big dump truck. So that's going to be an excellent test of the Galaxy Buds Plus noise suppression system. Hopefully they hold up and continue to be the #1 bud that we've tested for microphone quality. Running with the TruEngine SE, like with the tips in and the physical buttons, it all works really well. Very little occlusion. It is definitely some kind of wizardry. I'm not going to call it sorcery. I don't know. I'd have to ask my daughter on that one. But the sound quality coming through the TruEngine SE, as well as the levels of occlusion, are all very, very acceptable. I would say there's less occlusion in these than actually most of the other buds that I've been running with on this top 5 comparison test. Look at how far they stick out of my ears. Like, the physics of that should be that these echo in my ears like crazy, but they do not for some reason. I have to think it's just because I don't have the right size tips in. And yet, I know when I sized these tips out, they were correct, or at least they were the biggest in the box. And I'm not disappointed in the sound quality. Even though these aren't a top 5 runners buds, these dual drivers, I don't think they're supposed to be. In my categories for running, the physical controls work really well. You can squeeze these and press the physical button so they don't jam into your ear at all. But just pressing the button, they jam like into the upper part of your ear, not into your ear canal, so it's not an uncomfortable thing to press these buttons one way or the other. Awareness seems very, very good, and I can listen to these at about 20% volume no problem. Like I could go lower, but 20% seems like a pretty low volume, and I can hear everything that's going on around me. Awareness is good, and I don't know how the microphones are. I think the microphones are probably one of the weaker ones on the list. And that's going to conclude my test of the TruEngine SE. They're up against the Galaxy Buds Plus, which is just a daunting, 8-speed versus 1-speed kind of a thing. We'll see how it goes. All in all, I mean, unless you're price sensitive, there's no doubt that the Galaxy Buds Plus is the preferred bud over the TruEngine SE. But is it worth that extra $100? I mean, only you could be the judge of that. These would have more applications than the TruEngine SE. But you could buy the TruEngine SE and never, ever miss the fact that you didn't spend those extra $100, because sound quality and usability for running are still excellent. Whew, this is going to be tough to come up with the top 5 and only, a couple of honorable mentions. So far, I could say almost every one of the buds, now I've used them all, you can use for running. There's probably one that sticks out in my mind as the least. And then there's a second one that I wouldn't buy just because as a direct competitor that's just so much better. All right, let's have some fun.
Well, folks, that's a wrap in my June 2020 Top 5 Runners Buds competition. Click on the in-video link to see the playlist where I'll add all the face-offs in this competition, and I'll also put the playlist in the video description. I've got so many upcoming buds as well. The Tranurimer is up next, and it may well crack my top 5 bud list. The Votomy V22, the Airfun Air, the Phil T1X, which you all convinced me to finally buy before the XS comes, and I got 2 brand new buds from Tozo, the makers of the T6 that I love, the T12 and the NC9. So stay tuned as I try to get through this backlog of buds and complete my top 5 buds for sport. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to click that subscribe button. Stay safe, everyone. So Zen out.